Ladies and gents, from Empress, it's the Heavy Menace. This is an awesome sounding distortion pedal. Now, I did a video for the original version of this pedal. It was a bigger pedal and absolutely one of the best sounding heavy distortion pedals that I've ever tried. And this one packs all the features of that pedal, but into a smaller pedal housing and actually adds some stuff. So for instance, there's now a three-way gain switch here that allows you to get into a new sort of lighter gain mode for more crunch sounds. And then there's the original kind of mid-gain and then super heavy sounds also available in the pedal just on this three-way toggle. There's also a fairly sophisticated gate here that's switchable on a second button, so you've always got control over the gate. You can almost think of it as having like a distortion pedal and a gate, both switchable in the same pedal housing. And the gate can actually be triggered if you want to off of this key input right here. Now, why would you want to do that? Well, let's say maybe you run like a tube screamer or a clean boost or something in front of this pedal. That's going to change the operation of a traditional gate because you're going to be sending way more level and output into the pedal, and that can change when the gate gets triggered and whatnot. But if you split your signal right at the input of your pedal board using something like the Empress buffer that's got two outs, you can run a separate key input into the pedal here, and that way your gate is always going to remain consistent and trigger right when you want it to. If you're the type of player that boosts a lot, running clean boosts or tube screamers or stuff like that into your main sort of rhythm distortion sound, you might want to check that out. It's a great feature to have and allows you to just keep your sound super tight and super clean. And then there's a new light distortion mode on this pedal that allows you to kind of get a lower gain range, get more like crunch sounds. I used that light sound on the intro of the video and kind of dumped all the lows and bumped up the mids and got kind of a filtered sound for that first guitar part that started the song. For all the other guitars, the solos and the rhythm guitars, I was in either the middle setting or the super high gain setting. Some of the other controls here, full 3-band EQ with super powerful sweepable mid-range. Okay, on the solo I had the mids boosted up a little bit. On some of the rhythms, I had the mids scooped a little bit. And you got a sweepable mid frequency for anywhere from 200 hertz on up to 2.5K. So a really wide range there, and it allows you to totally sculpt the tone of the pedal. Really powerful high control as well. That's kind of the treble frequencies, and also just allows you to totally shut down the top end if you want to. If you've got, say, a super bright amp, or if you got a more neutral sounding amp, you can boost it up to 2 or 3 o'clock and open up the top end. It's just very versatile. This pedal will work into a lot of different clean sounds. And make no mistake, this is a pedal for sure you want to run into a clean sound. In my opinion, no hard and fast rules, but it's not an overdrive per se. It's like something that, will benefit from a nice, clean, tight sound. This is where all your distortion is going to come from, this pedal, in my opinion. It's not something that you want to run into an already overdriven sound or something. You also got a weight control here. That's kind of like almost like a depth control or something. It seems to just fill in the lows and get extremely fat, the more and more you turn it up, or you can bring it all the way down for the tightest sounds. And then you got a more traditional lows control. What else? Output control, gain control. That's the control for the gate right there. I think I've covered everything. You got the switchable, bypass there for the drive sound, as well as the switchable gate there that you can kick in and out. So I'm going to solo some of those sounds outside of the mix now, and then I'm going to play more through the pedal. Absolutely one of the coolest sounding heavy distortion pedals on the market for sure. Here we go. Let's get into it. It is the Heavy Menace from Empress. So I just cut my first rhythm guitar part in the song. I've been listening to some Deftones lately, and that's kind of like where I'm drawing inspiration for this kind of like, instead of just muting and doing heavy chunking, just doing the droney. I just like liked that for this tune. It sounded cool, I thought. It's so simple, but it's cool. You know, one noter. Anyway, it's a really, really cool, heavy, dry kind of sound. It sort of reminds me of what I think of when I think of diesel amps or that type of sound. Or if it was going to be a Marshall, it'd be pretty modded with some depth and the mids scooped or maybe using an EQ and a loop or something and lots of gain in the front end. You can see the settings that I've got on the pedal. So let's listen to when I flip the gain switch here. So you can hear the highest gain setting was what I started with, and then I worked to the middle, the lighter, back to the middle, and then to the high gain again. Right now the gain knob's only on 5 too, so you got a ton of range there. If I scoop the mids, I mean, it gets even kind of drier sounding. It's already kind of got with the EQ almost on 5. I'm cutting the highs a little bit right now, because with my amp with the bright switch on, it sounded a little bright to have the highs anywhere past 11 o'clock or so. But the mids are dead center, the lows are dead center, and the weight, which is like a depth control almost, is only on like 9 o'clock, because that gets really heavy. So if I scoop the mids just a little bit out of this sound, and you of course got a mid sweep there. So if I boost it up, I'll boost the mids way up and then I'll sweep it. It's so cool sounding. I know I'm going to be able to get some great lead textures going on with this in a few minutes here. I'll boost up the mids, set it for kind of upper mids, and get it to really cut through these kind of darker, drier sounding rhythm guitar tracks. When I say dry, I mean it's sort of what I think of as tight and scooped mids, a dry sound. You know, I don't know why that, like, it sounds like dry is the appropriate word to describe that. I don't know why. So I just cut my solo in the song at the beginning of the video, and for this, I had the gain around 2 o'clock, and I'm on the highest gain setting, and I'm boosting the mids. Let me show you how effective it is to boost the mids at the certain kind of nasal kind of frequency that I'm boosting it at for the mids. So I'll back it down to flat, and then I'll show you where I had it for the solo. Right, that's kind of the part I played. And this is with the gain only on like 130 or so. I mean, there's still more gain. If I turn the gain up to like 3 o'clock, check this out. There's just so much gain. I'm playing like bedroom volume, and it's like I'm almost getting endless sustain. This is like so much gain to solo with. So I've got the lows cut a little bit, like those aforementioned mids boosted up. I got the highs back a little bit because my amp's got the bright cap on it, and it's a bright Fendery kind of amp. There's lots of range on the treble control to adjust depending on how bright your amp is. So check this out. I'll just tweak the treble a little. right? You can get downright ugly with my amp. But, you know, that sound, let me turn off the bright switch on the amp and we'll hear what it sounds like. This will be for a darker amp. It might be just perfect to turn that treble control up. So that's definitely useful, you know? And you can hear, I've got the gate on too. So when I turn off, it's just dead quiet and silent. I'm not muting the guitar or anything like that. It's pretty impressive, man. It's a great sounding pedal. Great, you know, update to the one that was already cool, the full-size pedal. Now with the more gain range and more features and stuff in the gate and everything, just killing. There you have it, the Heavy Menace from Empress. Just a terrific sounding distortion pedal that can get you anywhere from, you know, lighter crunch tones all the way through to scooped, you know, super heavy distortion sounds through to almost like stuck wah, you know, soloing tones with almost endless sustain. It's just a great sounding distortion pedal. Also, on their website, they got some great sound examples. They got a great full song demo. Be sure and go check it out because it's actually really, really cool. Sounds really good. You know, if you're interested in this pedal, give it a listen at the link in the video description below. You can go there and check out more sound examples and whatnot, and they'll get even deeper into the different settings and tones than I did in this video. Thanks you guys for watching. I am Pete Thorn. Take care. Over and out.